So every time when you log into Salesforce, you see all the notification, all the tasks, pending tasks by like this. These are all the tasks which are remaining from past 95 days, 1 or 3 days. I can once I can if I have done this task, I can check this and I can dismiss all. Okay, I can click on dismiss or dismiss all. Okay, so now there will be zero reminders from the next time. Okay, and let's go here. Go to charter. Go to groups. The study documents. I'm uploading a link of all these examples. You can use it directly. Um, yeah, it'll take some couple of seconds to upload because it's a very really big PDF of 150 pages. Because I'm not going to cover each and every example here because it's already there, so you can view these examples. But all the main topics I'm going to explain it to you. So in the last class we worked on maps, all this stuff. So we just only created classes. We are not creating VFPs now because VFPs will be more confusing to you at this point of time. We generally just work on Apex classes first. Later on, we work on advanced VF pages. Okay, simply displaying the constant text it won't really work. So we're gonna work on custom controllers and controllers, all this stuff in the coming classes. Um, let's go to so you can see all these VF pages in Apex classes triggers in the develop module. In develop, click on classes. Yeah. So now I'm going to work on maps. Maps in Salesforce. It's one type of collections. One type of collection, and as I already said in the previous classes, the map is having two values. One is key and value, key and value. So you're going to insert, you're going to put some values into the map by inserting the index value, means the key and the value, and even you can access the values by you passing the key. Okay, let's go to our PDF and bring down that map example. I'll come back with this the loops. Again, for loops everything is same. So map dot put. Okay, here is the example for maps. My map class is here. So some problem with my, so these two things are copy are like, okay, let's copy these two things here. Okay, and so let's copy the remaining part of the code. So make sure that you don't have any new lines in system.debug statements. Okay. Let's copy the complete code now to our organization. So I'm creating a new Apex class for map, or just check whether there is any class which I've already created. If it is created, I can directly show that to you. Map class is already there. Yeah, so there's no need to create a new class, but I can explain you directly this class. Yeah, so coming from the first line, so this is the top level class with sharing access. Okay, and here is the simple method, static method. So I'm going to call. So first of all, I'm going to initiate a new map which will accept integers as key values. See, this is the integers which is accepting only key value, means the first value is a key, the second value is value. Okay, so this integer, so we're going to accept uh, the key as integers only. So if you are passing something, it will throw some exception to you. And this is the way of initializing and define, and this is the way of defining an initialization. And here I'm going to add some values to my map. So here I'm, if you see, I am going to add only the integer values. MP is a map which you have initialized, which you have created just now. MP dot put 1248 and comma string value. So for string values, you have to use the single quotes. So wherever you use string values inside Salesforce, you have to use the string quotes, single quotes, integer values. Without any decimals, you can enter some numbers. Okay. So this is, so I have now inserted five maps, means a key pair, key values into this map. Now there are total five values inside this. So by putting down the key, I can get the value. So for suppose you think these are employee IDs. Okay, these are employee names. If you want to get the employee name of any person with ID 1234, so I can put like mp dot get 1234. This will bring out Ravi name. As a result, output of that, it will return the Ravi value for that. Okay, here is the value, here is the methods for putting the value. Simple simple methods, simple lines. Okay, simple, this is a simple function, inbuilt function of map. And so there's other way also to create a map. Earlier I have said you in the same way, in the list creation also you can do the list creation directly in the, when you are initializing and you are defining the list also. Okay, there only you can put some integer string after defining this what type of list or map. Inside that curly brackets, if you put the key which is paired to the approximate, the appropriate string values, it will be given like this format. Then these two values will be automatically inserted into this map. Here I'm using the commenter line so that this won't be executed, because I'm sure I'm giving only one option to execute inside my system. Okay, because if I run this right, this complete value will be cleared because I am creating a new map again with the same name MP. If it is MP1, this values won't be cleared. Okay, when I'm clear, when I'm saying MP map integer string imp equal to new map integer string, means here I have already done that. I have added some values here. When I'm creating new and I'm assigning this thing to MP, means I'm overriding this complete thing to the new values. That is the reason I have commented. This is only the option to show you there is alternate way to add the values to our map. Okay, and coming to next line. So we are simply displaying the size of the map. So we know that size of the map is 5 MP. So this is commented length. Don't care about this. MP dot size, it will bring out the 5 value. Okay, and um, number of elements in the map. So if you want to display all the elements, just click on, just you can print the dot plus mp. So here is the method. So this is how you're gonna get the debug logs. Here is the static string, till here is the static string. After that you are appending this text value dynamically. You are printing this value, the if equal to 5 4 it, this depends on the number of items in this map. Same way it's displaying the map you are appending here, all right. Same way, if you want to know the keys inside this map, simply put mp.keyset. This is a simple standard function, standard map function. You can use this. It will display so if you don't know what keys are available in your system, if you want to access that, you can access by this. Suppose you think these are employee IDs, okay, 1248 1232 1234 1255 1211. If you want to know the employee IDs available in the current map, you can just simply click on mp.keyset. It will display all the employee IDs, so that with this employee IDs you can access the names. Who is what is the name of the person with employee ID 1255? It's Kiran. Okay. Same way. So what are the values inside the map? I can print the values with mp.values also. Okay. And there's other function in map to say whether it contains key, whether there is a key called 1212. So before trying to access the value, just to identify, to check whether the this key is already there. If a key is there, means there might be some value of some value also, right? For a key there should be a value. So if first of all, when I'm trying to query some data from map, you have to check whether the key is contained, if there is a key in that or not, by simply a function called contains key. Map contains key 1212 will return true or false. If it is available inside the key set, it will display true. If it is not available, it will display false. 1212 is not available here. See, 1211 is there, 1212 1212 is not there. If you see, there are 1212 is not there. That's the reason I am expecting the value called false in this. See, expecting value false. Same way, 1211, it's there here. It's Rajesh, right? So map set contains, key set contains this. Yeah, it's okay. This will show you true for me. See, because I'm putting expected values here, true, false, size equal to 5, which is equal, which will display 5 here. I'm going to execute this code after. So now this is a map class. Oh, they are using some different map class with a very less functions are there. Let's click on edit. I don't want to use these comments here. There's a problem here at line number 52. Let's go and check what happened there. See, the problem here is I have to not to display the things on the new line. That's the problem. Click on save again. So now the class is saved. Now I can go and call this class from my developer console, right? Click here, go to developer console, new tab, it's here, and execute this current class. What is the class name? Map class dot m1 method. Okay, that's this how I'm going to call that. For each and every class what you are writing inside salesforce.com, you need to write the test classes. Please remember that. That's the reason you gonna only write the useful code. If you are writing unuseful code, it's a waste of your time when you're writing test classes, right? So go to debug, click on debug tab, open execute anonymous block to execute some map class function m1. Okay, click on execute. So I see a debug log. Here I got the debug log now. Open draw log. So earlier In the last class, I have opened some debug logs, which is still here available in this current mode. See, these are all old logs. There are main logs like this set class log. Your log is here. I can close this because I don't want this all these logs. Now click on open raw log. So this is the map log, map class log. Here, if you see, there are 5 values inserting into the map, and later on the size is 5. Okay, and coming back to here, it will display the elements in the map with. I'm simply displaying MP. If I'm displaying MP, it will display key as well as pair, key and value, key and value, key value, key everything. Okay, and the other function is only keys. Keys in the map are 1 to these 5 values, and values in the map are these. Okay, these are all functions I have showed you just now. And I asked you whether 1212 is there in the system or not. See, the 1212 is not there in the system. That's the reason it's showing false here. And again, 1211 is there in the system. It's saying true. And what is the value of 1255? Come here. 1255 value is Kiran. Come here. It's Kiran. Okay. And so you can even remove the value also. Size of the value after duplicates. That's separate function. Let's go and check that. We came till here. Now I'm putting some more values which are duplicate values. Mm, so generally what happened, right? I have inserted one more key and value, but the key is unique. Okay, inside a map the key should be unique. If I'm inserting the same value, just come up. 1232 is there, 124, 1255 is there. See, 1255 already inserted in the above database. Kiran, its name as Kiran. But in the second time also I'm inserting 1255 means top I have inserted 4 records, 4 map records. After that I have inserted 4 records. The total should be 9. But if I as I am inserting some duplicate value called 1255, this is going to override Kiran to Vinay. Okay, because the new value is Vinay for this map, and later on this will display the size equal to 8. That's what I'm displaying here. Okay, size equal to 8 is it's here. And what is the system Vinay? So after see what happened, it's overridden. So there are two 1255 values. Earlier is Kiran, now it's Vinay. So when I'm trying to get that value, it's showing the new value because the old value is overridden by this current value. Okay, and map.remove 1225 means I'm going to remove 1227 value from the system, from the map. Okay, I'm going to remove Praveen from the system now. So it's removed. After removing, I'm printing the map now. So I will get the map without Praveen. See, there are two Praveen records, 1231, 1227. 1227 I removed it. There is no 1227 record here. I can see only one Praveen with 1231. Right? Cool. Let's move on to clone. mp.clone is the same function. So you see the clone functions, right? You can clone list, you can clone sets, you can clone list to set also, and you can even clone maps also. It will create a new map with the same number of items inside it. Okay, and now the size of it is, earlier it's 8. I removed one more item. Okay, what happens? It will become 7. New map dot has equal to 7. Okay, and there's one more function called map dot clear. So I can clear the map. I can remove all the data in my map after with mp dot clear. MP is the map. Okay, from earlier we defined it the MP here in the first line of code, and we are using the same MP till here. And I'm having a separate function called isEmpty function to check whether my map is empty or not. mp.isEmpty means it will display true if if this is empty map. If it will display false if it is not an empty map. Okay, so it's a empty map, that's the reason it's displaying true. Okay, mp dot cleared, I made it. This is the original map which I have done a lot of operations till now, and have cleared just before two lines of code called mp dot clear. That's what it's showing here. mp dot is empty equal to true now. And new map is a clone of mp but which is not cleared. This is having seven values. That is the reason it's showing false. Okay. And how again, so I can how to traverse. See, there are loops inside Salesforce: if loop, for loop, do while loop, everything. Okay. Now we got the for loop. We are going to parse one by one value inside this map. So here integer I, new map dot keyset. Okay. So what is new map dot keyset? So this I contains this keyset. Okay. If there are seven values, the first value will be assigned to I in the first loop. When we are executing second time, the second value will be added to I. Third value third time, fourth value fourth time, because okay, I stores that key values one by one. What I'm doing after it, I'm displaying the so these two system debug statements will execute for x number of times, means n number of records. If there are seven records, these two lines will be executed seven times. Means, what is seven times means? Seven to two times. Okay, two debug statements, totally 14 debug statements will be executed with this for loop. It will display the key value and the value also. Okay, get new map dot get I will display you the value inside it. Okay. And coming to this string function, string loop. Okay, string s equal to, so here I am displaying the values one by one. Okay, I am copying the string values one by one, and I'm after that what I'm doing is I'm simply displaying all the values here. So see, what is the difference between this and this? It's same, right? Here I'm taking the key set and I'm displaying the values, getting the values of the key. Here I'm directly displaying the values one by one. This for loop will be executed seven times and seven values will be displayed here with the system.debug statement. Let's go and see our debug log. Where's our for loop? Yeah, for loop starts from here, and what's saying is key is 1225 and the value is Vinay. Key is 1221, the value is Mahi. Key is 1232, the value is Anand 3. Fourth record is here Ravi. Fifth record is 1248 Charan. Sixth record is here. Seventh record is 1231. Eighth record is here. This is sound till seventh record is there. Okay, the for loop is ending here. Okay, so here we got two debug logs. One is key showing key, one is the showing the value inside this for loop. Now we are going to display the one more for loop starts from here. It displays only the names. Okay, when I mahi, see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, there are some values now in this values. So you got seven times they repeat these things, and seven times this, because there are seven values. Okay, seven key, seven values which are linked one by one, which are linked to each other. So these are all map functions inside Salesforce system. You can use this. Okay, and again we will go back and we will look into the um, for loop. Okay, for loop of, I'm not going to explain this in the example. So here earlier we have just seen the adding, removing, displaying, clearing, cloning everything in the set. But there's a for loop here inside. Simple. This you can just refer this. For suppose you think the new set contains the, because what happened, there is a list. There is a set called st which I have cleared it. Before clearing, I have created a new list. I have cloned the new list. If you see here, um, there are two ways to clone it. Okay, I can simply call set integer new set equal to st dot clone, means it's cloning the existing set to the new set newst. Okay, later on I'm going to display if there are 10 values here, the 10 values will be copied to the new set, and I can recurse this for loop 10 times. So here I'm going to use integer I because there are integer values inside this set. That's the reason I'm putting integer. If it is string values, I will put string values. Okay. If it is object, I will put object. You can recurse the for loop based on object, string, number, anything. Okay. Now I'm going to recurse this current for loop with integer values from the set. So if there are around this one. One second. Mm, uh, yeah. So if there are four values called in this set, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Set will store only unique values. Means do no duplicates. This will display all the values inside this one by one, because in the first value one will be stored, second value second will be stored. So now I'm not going to give the normal values. First value is 22, second value is 32, something like this. Third value is 42, 52, something like that. Okay, it will display 22, 32, 42, 52 in the same order. This is not debug statement. Same way with the list also. I can even pass the list in the same way. List and set are will look really similar. There's a only small difference between these two. Set only stores the unique values. We don't allow duplicates, and even it's not ordered set. If you're adding something to this bucket, if there's a duplicate value, means the order is gone there. Okay. Same way for loop we have used in the use it even the for loop for map also here with the key set and even with the values recurses multiple times. And going back to our VF examples. Okay. Mm, so now, so these are basic Apex classes required for our basic understanding of creating the collections. These are really important, as I said. And coming back to our VF pages, let's start simple examples with action polar, because there are a lot of very simple tags. If you put Apex input, you can see the input tag. If you put Apex block, you will see the block. But there are some complex variables called Apex polar. I'm going to work on it now. Let's check polar class if that is available. I'm creating a new VF page with polar example. Okay. Generally, before doing this, what we need to do, we need to create the class first, or else what we can do is, let's go to the new. Okay. Here I have showed you how to create the classes, but not the pages, right? There is the same way you can create the page also here. Same way, class, trigger, pages, component, static results, anything you can create from here, from the debug log, from the developer console. You explore this, you explore all the options available in developer console. Okay. Okay, if even though if you're not explaining some few options, just click on it, explain, just check everything. Okay. And I'm now going to explain you the show the VF examples directly on the Salesforce screen. From tomorrow, if we have time, we can work on Eclipse also. We do the coding only in Eclipse. Now I am going to show you the example of action polar. With this simple representation, means after salesforce.com, after hash symbol hash symbol, I have to add apex backslash action polar. Okay. So it's saying there's no page with the same name. Do you want me to create new page? Yeah, please do it. I'm clicking on this button to create the new page. If you are having the developer console development mode enabled, this option will be enabled for you. Otherwise, you have to create classes directly from the developer console or from the create develop by navigating to that, and you have to click on create new class. Now we have the Apex Polar VF page ready with a simple congratulations message. Now let's go here and copy our current code of, click on save. If I save it, because there is no controller called Ajax class, that's the reason it will throw some error to me. Because if I save without this, that will be saved, but again there will be some different type of error saying what is name, what is change name inside this. Okay, because all this name and change name is defined in this Ajax class, which is controller, which is linked with this page. This is called custom controller. So here also it's showing a simple error saying there is no Ajax class dot change name available in your organization. If you want me to create, please create it. There is a button here to create that option. Just click on it. That will create a new controller class for you. Here directly it will show you in the next new tab here. It's a new section. Okay, here it is. So here it showed me the. So 1 second, it's saving. So can you recognize, actually I'm going to refresh the page again. So by default there is control S technologies, and later on this is changing after 5 intervals of time. This is changing to good morning. Okay, so it's we are putting some simple interval of time. After that particular time you're going to change the name. You're going to call some actions. What is name? So I will show you some simple thing here. So this is the apex class. If you want to access some variable or anything, yeah, there should be some getter and setter method for that. So here is a simple way of for suppose there is a variable called name string, variable string called name. So I can call this directly with the name. Okay, um this is having getter setter methods which is not defined. Okay, simple getter setter methods. Okay, later on there is simple Ajax class. So I am calling this class after 5 seconds. Okay, and I'm changing the name. By default name is so yeah, this is control technology is the default name. See, Ajax class is the constructor of this Apex class. If you see Java, there it will be the same method, which looks like Java class only. Same way, this is the class Apex class name. So there should be a same method inside this class that's called constructor. Okay, constructor class. And so so in this method you're going to define, by default there should be control A technologies. Okay, whenever you're loading this page it will show control A technologies. What happens after 5 intervals of time? I'm going to call this change name function. Okay, and I'm making name equal to good morning. That's the reason it's changing from control A technologies to good morning. Whenever I'm calling this class, this automatically calls this Ajax class. Okay, which is like a constructor method. Okay, and it's gonna show you control technologies initially. See, by default you will show control technologies. After 5 seconds this will be changing back, this will be called like this. Okay, if you have developer console enabled, you can see that even complete logs here. See, let's go and click on action polar, open raw log. So by default, this is called Ajax class is called, change name method is called none. Okay. Now I'm going to call the change name class. Name I'm displaying it. So here you are not seeing the name. So if I have debug logs inside this, I can see the perfect values there. What is the current value of all this stuff? Okay. Let's go back here and um, so um, let's do one thing. I want to add one more. After 10 intervals of time, 10 intervals of time, I want to put unchanged name. What is the other method? Unchanged name to. I'm rolling back the changes. Okay. This is the other method which will set this value again to control technologies. Okay. Uh, keeping on control s. By default is control technologies. Let's wait for 5 seconds. See, it's good morning. Let's wait for 5 more seconds. Control technologies. Okay. Okay, change it back to again back to um, good morning. Oil. Yeah, it's changing, switching back and back. Do you remember that? So when I'm rendering this, it's refreshing again after 5 seconds. This after 5 seconds. This after again means what is 10? After 5, the 5 is left. Okay. So I'm calling this one by one function to refresh, reassign the new values here. By default is this. Every 5 seconds I'm calling this. After 5 seconds, after 10 seconds, I'm calling this. Means after 5 seconds. 0, 5, 10. Again 15. Good morning. 20 controller technologies, 25 good morning, 30 controller technologies, like this will be re playing like this. Okay, so if you got that, I can move on to other topic. Do you have any questions on this? It's a very really simple example of. So here I have to explain some simple attributes here. So if I am changing some value inside my apex class, so if you are not putting this rendered OL, this screen won't be refreshed at all. See, let's do one thing. I want to remove this render OL. Okay, and put on control S. Now whenever you're changing some value inside your apex class, that change will not happen. See, the control technology will remain in the same way until and unless you are rendering this, you are calling change after this 5 interval of time, you are not calling any change. You are not refreshing this window because, one second. Yeah, so what is the meaning of re-render is, so after 5 seconds you are going to call this function called a change name. after after doing some operation on change name, you are asking to render this particular division with id ol. So inside this complete page, which is the tag which is having ol id, I see only output label tag. Okay, I can give this is a unique identifier, so that I can render that particular item only on change of this function on doing this action. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's click on OL here back. I'm just rolling back the changes. Click on save. Now this will work properly. This is the ID is the unique identifier inside any. Uh, yeah. Now with this will show you the change. default to control list technologies. Later on, good morning. Again, control technologies after 10 seconds. Yeah, yeah. Let's move on to other example. Yeah, if you got idea on the polar, you might have, I think, ready now. So now I have other example of with action polar. Okay, and displays different images with every second. Here I'm going to upload some static resources into my uh, into my current Salesforce organization. Okay, so let's copy. Okay, 1 second, wait. Here I want to do it in the same example. Do you want to create a new page? Action polar IMG. Okay, IMG. I want to do one more page for that because it will be really confusing after some days. You will have a lot of classes and pages. I'm keeping this code there. Okay, you can review it whenever you want because you have all access to this page. So I have saved this Apex class, Apex page. So it's asking to create two other functions. I just want to create only one function. So later on I will copy the current code. This is the class code. Okay. Here it's showing there's a problem with line number G, um line number 6, column 1, because there should not be any spaces, sorry, any new lines after free flow because there is no curly braces. If there's curly braces, you can put something, but it will work. It will save properly. Static resource logo does not exist, so we have to upload a logo file now. Let's go here. Static resource we are going to upload now. Render img1. And even I do want one more logo called mm, next also. Where are you going to upload the static resources? It's in develop mode. It's in develop. Yeah, static resources are here. I can use some other static resources also if I have some other things here. So I think there is some. If you have any image file with simple, yeah, phone icon. Let's display this. Static source name Cincinnati is not available. So um, let's open the component reference, open new tab. So we have a problem saying that there is no click one more time, so you will see the things in the new tab. So static resources, so where are we using it generally? Mostly at the image tag, right? So we can even reference the image tag directly like this. So this is some simple. uh, when you are having a zip file, you are going to query like this. Otherwise you are simply going to query like this. I don't know whether that's a zip file or not. How I can identify it? This image is too big. So GIF, let's come here, go to the page. I got it now. Yeah. So it's changing after 5 interval of time. It's changing from this logo to this logo. Both are same logos, but there is different size. Here I am restricting the width to 50-50. The default width is this. Let's do one thing. I can give some other static resource file instead of this. Zenoti. Um, let's go and open landing. Okay. View file. Yeah, this landing. Okay. So if I use, so earlier, why can't I access Synuti underscore logo is because they have some different name prefix like Synuti underscore underscore. So see, now I got this. Later on, I will be switching back to Synuti logo. Okay, it's switching back between these two logos. If you see properly, these two are image tags. One is loading is this. This is Synuti tag. I'm restricting 50 by 50 pixels. If I make these pixels around 100, the size become the width will become really big. See, see, now it will become widthwise, it became 2 times, but height wise it became short. So now I'm making 200 out of 200. That will become really big. Loading image, this is how you can set some stylings for this. So what happening here is after 5 seconds you're going to refresh this page and changing your rendering out. What is out here is complete. So here earlier we have given only one tag, but here I have given the list of tags. In this output panel there are three tags, right? See, there are three tags and this output panel. This will end till here. The two tags will be rendered multiple times, right? Okay. So if you go to this function, what I'm saying is by default, this is the polar class. Where is the polar class? Okay. By default, there is no image. Okay, after after 5 seconds I'm calling the change function. The change function will call this method. Okay, I'm calling this function, this method function, both are same. Okay, if image equal to false, make image 1 equal to true. Else image 1 equal to false. Again, okay, if it is true, then it make it as false. Means if the image 1 is displaying, they want to make it as false. If image 1 equal to false, they want to make it as true. That's the reason it's showing here. Again, there's one more if loop for image 2 also. If image 2 equal to true, make it as false. Same thing like this. Okay, after 5 seconds it's going to change from this to this to that. Okay, this is switching images. This is how you're going to reference the images what you have uploaded in your static resources. There are a lot of static resources. You can upload the jQuery, you can upload JavaScript files, you can upload CSS files, you can upload um, image files, logo files for your VF page. Coming back to your static resources, you see there is type of MIME file. The MIME format is it will display the type of file. This is a PDF file, this is a zip file. For suppose if you are trying to send some file as attachment to you to some people, to some list of email addresses which is trying to send it from your trigger or apex class, you're going to use this stuff stored some static resources in here, and you're going to use that in your apex class or triggers. Okay, see, this is a JavaScript file, this is a zip file. Inside zip file I can put a lot of resources like JavaScript, CSS. Again, I can even reference that. I have shown you some one thing here. This is how you have to reference the zip file. This is how you have to reference the direct files. So currently I'm referencing the direct files with resource tag in the curly braces. Simply put exclamation mark dollar resource dot my my file name. Okay, any file name, and you can put even the width and height of that image with tag or height tag, or even we have other option called style tag also. Inside it you can use both width and height. That's that is generic CSS tag, CSS attribute, but width and height are attributes of apex tag also. You can it automatically set configure the size, width and height of this current tag. And we have other image tag. When you are trying to use zip files, if there are 20-30 images, you don't want to insert each and every image as a separate static resource. You want to make all this list of all the documents in a zip file, and you want to upload it into the system. There you have to use like this URL equal to in the quotes, in the double quotes, you're going to use the URL for you're going to use the zip name here. This is the simple syntax, same thing for all till here. And test.zip is the zip folder name. For suppose if you put your name as venkat.zip, you have to use venkat here. Okay, and inside zip, right, there can be a number of folders, a number of subfolders also. You have to navigate like this. If there is no subfolders, you can directly access the file name like boohills.jhp. There is a subfolder called images. That's the reason I'm calling images hash bluehills.jpg. And even the width and height attributes are same like earlier image tag. Okay, here it's a value tag. This is the value attribute, this is the URL attribute. I'm referencing some URL dynamically to a static resource. So you can reference this at any point of time. This is in component reference. Just click on this button, you will be navigated to here, to this section, and you can see these examples, and you can use this code for that. So here they have even given the appropriate HTML output also for that. Okay, yep. Let's move on to other yeah. So account after insert trigger. So we just we are simply covering the different components at once. Let's move on to this trigger. Okay, What are triggers? I just generally explained you. These are generally useful when you are trying to do some actions on insert, on update, on delete, on any DML operation. Now let's go and create a simple trigger on account object. So click on triggers, click on. So I cannot create the triggers here, but I can only see the triggers here. I can see whether which are active or deactive, all this stuff. Okay, I can click on, I can open this trigger. This might be active or inactive. Okay, this is inactive trigger. What I want to do is I want to not to disturb this. Click on, for writing triggers you have to go to the object. Okay, click on this, go to accounts, go to triggers. So here it is. Again, for the custom objects, if you go to your custom object, you see everything: validation rules, triggers, fields, custom fields, standard fields, page layouts, everything on the same page. You can do this stuff, create this stuff same way in that also. Now I'm to create a new trigger. Here most of the triggers I have deactivated because I have got these errors when I'm trying to import some data to my system. You have known that issue. Now I'm copying this insert. This is the trigger name. Insert contact from account trigger. I'm giving save. Line number 7 is invalid. So generally, uh, let's do one thing. So they want to. So let's do one thing. So now we are going to create a new field called create contact. Generally, when I'm creating some account record, there will be some simple field called create contact. I'm going to create that custom field now. Okay, it's not there. It's not standard field. For my requirement, I'm creating it. If that is checked, I want to do this operation. If it's not checked, I don't want to run this trigger. Okay, I want to do that. Click on new. Okay, I want to. One second. Yeah, create contact is a boolean value. Means that's a checkbox, right? So let's click on checkbox. Now I'm getting a simple new field inside account object saying create contact. Okay, click on next. Make this as create contact. I am taking this input from the user only. I am asking, hey, can I create a contact or not? If he's checking this box, I'm going to create a contact along with the trigger. Click on next. By default, this is unchecked. You can make it check also by default. Okay. So I'm making this visible to all use people and click on next. And I want to add in all the page layouts of account object also so that everyone can create this. Clicking on save. Mhm. Now I have a new field called create contact, right? Let's see which is created. It's here, create contact, right? Now try to save this code. It will save it. There won't be any problem now. Oh, sorry, I can't save like this. Okay. Now this code is saved. Earlier I got a simple error saying, hey, this field is not there in the system. That is the reason I have created that field in this system. uh, I'm going to compare whether if this field equal to true. I'm going to run this following commands. This four lines of code will be executed. Okay, let's click on save. So I would like to explain what is the exact scenario, what is the requirement, what's happening here. When account is when account is created, this trigger is going to be executed because this trigger insert contact from trigger from account on account object. I'm creating this trigger on account object, and again this trigger will execute only on after insert because this is the context variables. Okay, this is the apex means on what case I have to execute. This is the type of trigger I'm using. After trigger here, I'm using after insert trigger here. Means when a record is created, sorry, when a record is inserted into the system, database means created into the system, this code of this trigger will be executed. Means this lines of code will be executed in our system. Again I have put one more check here saying this is a simple check with if loop. I am checking whether create underscore contact underscore c field is checked only. This should be executed. What's happening here? If this is true, I am creating a new contact. This is how I am going to initialize the objects. Earlier I have shown you how to initialize the lists, how to initialize the sets, right? Set string equal st equal to new set string, right? And you open the small brackets and end with uh, colons, right? This is how you're going to use the list of, you're going to create set, you're going to create list, you're going to create map in the same format. This is how you're going to create the objects inside Salesforce. As this is standard object, you are not seeing underscore c. What if there's a custom object called training object? Okay, I can, so in that case I have to put trainings underscore c t equal to new trainings underscore c brackets, and end with this s- at the end tag. Okay, what is this called? Okay, this end semicolon semicolon. Okay, yeah, end tags. I have created object. Now I'm setting some values for that object called last name equal to acc.name, phone equal to account.phone, account id equal to acc.id, insert account. Means there is a account contact created for the same account. Let's click on this is already saved, and let's go to the account object, and I want to try out some new example. Now real time, I want to create a new account object record now before you, so that it will automatically create a contact, a child object of this, because contact is a child object. That's the reason I'm mapping account id to the contact id directly. Create new account. Now big account, I want to create a big account. Okay, see I have the contact count. Oh, I don't have this field. Okay. Account site, a lot of bad values here. Account number, 7 values I have to give, otherwise it will throw some error for us. Where is account name is here. Okay, account name is, what shall we give? Saif. What is today's date? Or we'll go time 719. Okay, 719 today date. Okay, it will be really 7.19 or 719. Okay, 719 I'm giving it as, and I want to give the phone number also, 10-digit phone number. And what else are we copying down to this phone number, last name, account id? Yeah, that's it, we are copying down. Let's click on m number, so I have to put some all the required fields here, otherwise it will throw some error. Click on save. On click on save, This account is getting inserted. Along with this, there will be one more contact with me, child object. So, do you know why I got this page? Okay, let's go to your contacts. Moving out. Okay, I have kept this page. Okay. Oh, okay, okay. Because we have created a trigger, but we have not activated. Is it activated? Insert con. Yeah, one thing we have not done here. We have simply inserted the code, but we have not made create contact equal to true. We have not checked it. That's the reason we are not created the data here. Let's click on. There's no clone object. Okay. Let's click on one more new. Who's on our class today? Run there. Okay. Account number, 7-digit account number I have to give. Account site. Some phone number I'm giving 555. Account name. Run here. 721. I'm giving 721 as the current. This is the current time now. Okay. And what is the number? I'm just giving some bank number. And we have added one more checkbox inside system. Let's see where it is. Here it is. Create contact. Here it is. Our checkbox. I want to check this now and click on save. So to create a contact automatically, I have to check this section because some people don't want to create because they have to reduce the time of the person who is using the system by simply checking this option. You're going to create a contact with this phone number, this account name. Okay. Now I'm clicking on save record. Okay. Guys, 1 second. I will talk to you in a minute. Yeah. Okay. Now we have created the account record. Let's come down. What happened here to account contact? Let's click on contact. Now still I don't see any contact. So generally for seeing the exact page of this current account, I want to remove this page. Now I can see the okay. This should be executed. Let's see what happened. Um, Open our debug logs. Go to the bottom. So you see there's one more. Yeah, the top level thing is basic tab is one, that one. Okay, I have to check whether the trigger is executed or not. I want to clear all this by clicking on this. It's too slow. 1 second. I have to close some files which is rendering one by one. Okay, 1 second. This page is calling multiple times, so that's the reason it's creating a lot of debug logs for us. Now the debug logs will be stopped. Now I'm going to clear all the clear. Now I have the fresh page. This time it's not active. It's too bad. Click on save. What I will do, I want to modify this to after set from after set to after update also. Okay, I will do both. Okay, after update, click on save. Now this will be executed two times, whether it's inserted or updated. As I have already created some records, click on edit, click on save. I'm not modifying anything. I'm modifying the save sorry, run this record, right? Yeah, run this record I have created, modified, and I'm going to the contacts tab. Now I'm expecting run the record. Now it's created because let's do it again from scratch. Now we are only updated. Okay, now I'm going to create a new record, big account, or else let's go with the big account only because I don't know whether there is some proper page layout for the other record types or not. Go type some account number, 7-digit account number called fine, right? Account site, account phone number, 1212121212. Account name, Ramya 726. Okay, and what's the number? Again, this should be some number. Phone number, name is only required. Let's click on create contact. Click on save. Now I'm expecting there should be one contact record for this account record. Okay, with the name Ramya 726 and phone number 121212. Okay, go to click on contact. I think you guys know how why you're getting this move out error. This is simple alert message what we have kept on tab outside. Okay, and I'm going to new tab, so I got the new contact record. Let's click on this. When this is created, we can check it who created this, all this stuff. Okay, see, uh, it's showing this record is created on 24/6/757 Indian time, tomorrow's time. Okay, and means currently means for us it's same thing. This is Indian time, and this is created by me. Okay, and this, the phone number you see is the same thing, and even this is also same. I can even put lot more details like this. Not only the phone number and account, you can change this trigger to any values. I can even put account email address also from the same thing. Everything is copied from the same thing. Okay, I can put something like this. Okay, contact dot email. What is the email field? I don't know. Okay, email equal to uh, acc dot name. Okay, acc dot name, account site, right? Account site at the rate of sorry, plus at the rate of acc dot name, again plus dot com. Click on save, quick save. Now this is saved. Let's click on edit, sorry, go back to Ramya's account, or Saif's account is also there, right? All accounts go. All accounts today. Okay, today accounts. If I click on this, I'll see only the accounts created today by us. Saif record. I am opening this. By default he's not having account because I have not executed this properly before. Click on OK. There's no contact record. Now I'm clicking on edit. I'm checking this option and I have all these things ready. Click on save. What happens, we are executing the trigger and this will create automatically a contact for us. Let's check this. Okay, it's too fast. You see the email address also created by me. What is email address? What is account name generally? What is contact name? As I said, account name is your customer name. For suppose if your company is EJ2 Technologies, right? This is your company. Uh, there will be a lot of vendors like IBM, Infosys, many big companies are your vendors. Means they are accounts for your company. The account name will be that. And what is the email address? So every email address will end with their company name, right? That's the reason I have simply kept account name at the rate of accountname.com. Here is the same saif171 at the rate of 799.com. This is how I have kept the email address dynamically. I have generated with this simple trigger code. If you can check this account name, it will display the account name. What I'm putting down to the last name, it's displaying there. Plus, I'm appending with at the rate symbol. Again, this is a simple string. At that is a simple string, right? That's the reason I have put in single quotes. And again, I'm appending this with account.name.com because the domain name should be account name only, company name only, right? Or even account.site name also. I can do anything. Account.website address also. Okay, domain address, everything I can put because I can get that dynamically. ACC is a record in ACC is account and plus .com ending with .com domain extension. Okay, this is how I'm getting the email address. I'm linking this contact with the ID. So account.account sorry contact.account ID is the link between contact and account. That's the reason I'm mapping here. I'm mapping this current contact which I have created with the account.id. Account.id is the primary key, right? In primary key in account object. That's the reason I'm pointing it. Okay, that's the unique ID of account. Now I'm inserting contact, so that's the reason I'm building a relationship. I'm getting the contact exactly to the child record of the current account only. If I am breaking this, I don't be getting this. Now go back to Saif's record. Have you seen this? Saif's happened. Yeah, Saif's record, right? Okay. The email address, phone number, what he has, and everything. And this is created just now. Okay, this is Indian time. This is having difference of half an hour. That's the reason showing AM. 24th morning, 8 a.m. for them. This is 23rd morning, 23rd evening, 7:30 for us. My time. Your time will be around 10 o'clock, right? Or so that 9:30. Yep. Mm, let's move on to other stuff. So you guys clear on this, right? So this is the context variable. So all the records inserted or updated will be copied down to this account record. Here it's not bulkified. This is a simple single record, right? If I'm trying to do a number of records, this trigger has to run a number of times. Okay, so after this is a simple basic trigger which really won't work for large type of codes or everything. Okay, I will do this stuff with some list variables. So yeah, because we have already have a lot of limits inside Salesforce, you cannot enter 10 records sorry 10 DML statements, right? We have limit for 10 DML statements. If you are doing more than that, it will throw some error for us, right? The same single transaction means when I'm clicking on save on account object, I'm saving the account record. Along with this, I'm trying to save contact record, all this stuff. So if there's a complex requirement, I have to do a number of operations. If I'm using all the insert statement like this, it will throw me uh, limit exception. You need to be very careful. This is not the real good practice. I want to show the best practice to you. Okay. This is simple understandable code, a simple trigger code. Let's move on to other example. So this trigger is this is a simple trigger for um, on contacts. Uh, Not that useful now. It's a really bad implementation. Let's skip this bad trigger. Um, let's go to action script. So which is really which is really using the same apex class what we have done earlier. So let's copy this. So we are just working on a number of examples at once, different values. So I'm just going to action support example now. Okay, now that's the reason I'm going to create action support page. This is action support page which I'm going to create, and this will ask me to create a new action support page now. Yep. Later on I will be copying the code. This time this is not going to ask me to create the controller class. Here if you see, there is already an Ajax class. Oh, what is this? This one we tried. Action support we tried, right? Oh, yeah, action polar we tried. Okay, this is a different action support. Okay, so action support got different type of. It's not a based on interval thing. Okay, earlier we have seen this action polar has having some time interval, and we are going to do some action based on so after 5 seconds or 10 seconds. But here, uh, yeah, but here, 1 second. Yeah. So now I got this simple. Earlier we are using action polar with some simple time interval, but here I do have some actions, events. What I'm doing on top, if I'm traveling on top of it, this automatically changing to switching back to each and we have two action support functions. This is a simple event. If I'm going on top of it, it's changing this to that. Okay, and I'm rendering this to it. Now again, if I go on top of it, this will change to that. On mouse over, on mouse out. There are two functions. On mouse over, this will be executed. Change name to good morning. On mouse out, it will be moved to control technologies. Right. On mouse out, this function is getting called. If you check here, okay, I can't see this function. Why? Because if this is linked, if any controller class is linked with this current page, it should show here. Means it's having some problem. Now let's click on enter from this way. Rendering, there is a little problem in the rendering. Now if I click on here, I see some Ajax class here. See, I want to show the function to you. What happening on change, the value is setting as 0. On mouse over, I'm setting this value to good morning. On mouse out, I'm setting this value as control technologies. This is on change. Okay, see, this is on mouse out, on change. Let's do the what are the on key on mouse in. You can even use the same function also. What happens now, every time when you go on top of it, it will change the value from 1 to 1. Okay. Oh, here is a conflict because I have two mouse over tags. Okay. On mouse in, on mouse over, on mouse in, on mouse, on click, on mouse click. Yeah. So on top of it, it's changing. If I click on top of it, oh, I don't know that function is there or not. Go to component reference. In this point of time, you have to use component reference. What are the values? What this is going to accept? Let's go to action support, which is might be at the top here, and see the event status. See, these are all the things available. On blur, on change, on click. Yeah, on click. On mouse click, it's not there. On click is there. You can directly use that on click function, because on click there is no keyboard click. There is only mouse click. So there's no special differentiation there. Now on click. Now try this. Okay, on mouse over, it's changing to good morning. On mouse click, changing to uh see, I'm on top of it, it's changing to good morning. It's there. Now I'm just clicking on this technologies. See, when I'm on top of it, means it's mouse over. When I'm clicking on this button and releasing it, it's coming as mouse over. It's switching back one on one again. Right, let's move on to this. These are simple actions. You have seen the actions here. These are all the type of actions it will support: mouse out, mouse over, mouse move. You can even use this also on mouse move also. This is a better option. Even though if you're on the same text also, if you're moving out of on the same thing, see, this will be modified. On mouse move means it will modify again back to control technologies. Okay, see, too fast, changing too fast. Let's move on to other example. This is the action support function. Polar is for interval of time. Support is for event based transactions, event based actions. Okay, here this is like a JavaScript. Action support is simply like JavaScript, which I'm calling some function inside Salesforce, inside Apex language, right? This is a function inside this Apex class. Cool. By this I'm setting some name for this variable. This is simply displaying the name, output label. Okay. This is having some ID which I'm rendering this, refreshing this. If I'm doing this action, I'm refreshing. I'm setting the name for this and refreshing this section. That's the reason it's changing dynamically. Otherwise, it won't change. So you might see some scoreboard, right? This will refresh automatically after some interval of time. That might use action polar. Okay, it will automatically refresh after some time, and it will bring down the latest data from the database. You can build that type of applications also in Salesforce. Okay, now let's move on to other example, or action function. So let's use this last and final. This showing there is a problem with my god, this is done. Hey, everything is same, everything is repeated code here, sorry for that. Okay, and how to send email from Apex code. So generally, earlier uh, we have done some simple uh, trigger, right? On click on account, you have to get some code, you have to do some action. Same way, you can even put some type of email sending options from triggers. We are doing the same options even at your um, workflow level also, but that's a different thing that you can do with the simple requirements. But what if there is a complex requirement? You have to calculate some advanced calculations inside Apex, and you have to use this. In that cases, you are not going to use workflows because they are not helpful. Okay, you have to use Apex triggers. Again, even you can use something for email sending. You can use this type of code for that. This is a simple messaging class inside Salesforce. So here, as you are sending single email messages directly, transactional based SMSs, you can use single email message method. Okay, this is a messaging class, and this method I am assigning to this with mail. Okay, here I have to set the to address, which will be a string. Okay, list of strings. Place this is a list of strings. Email addresses here. You can place a number of email address here, and mail. So set to address, you have to add these two addresses to this two addresses. This is a list actually, means when you are sending email, it will send to all these people, and subject is your password, and text body equal to your password is this. You're sending email now like this. Okay, let's try to do this same thing at in our trigger. I want to throw out an email when you are trying to save an account object. So let's do one thing here. In the same option, I want to copy this code, and pinky@gmail.com. I want to show you the emails what I have given here, and your password. I'm just setting this test email, simple email. Okay, subject your password. Is this is this test mail from Salesforce. I'm just giving this text. Okay, not a problem, right? Clicking on save. Format line number 21. What is this? So the password is not here because I have to enter some static values. Now this is saved, and I want to execute this by initiating by taking some action on the account record. Okay, going back to Mios record, because anyway I have given the static email address. I'm not dynamically picking some email address from this, but we can do even that also, right? So I can show how to do that after doing this operation. Click on edit, click on simply save. You know, no need to do anything because we have after update thing also. If there is nothing else updated also, if you click on save, because this all the conditions are satisfied, the trigger will be executed now. Okay, I am clicking on save. Now the trigger will be executed. I'm expecting some mail to my email address, which is available in different. Um, okay, I'm expecting some mail to this. Yeah, I show you what I have configured there in the email. Same thing you can see here. Loading stuff. Yeah, so it's email to me and see Winky at San and Winky Works, and it's even sorry. Its subject is your email password is test from email Salesforce, which I have given a subject, and even the test body, plain test body. Again, there is a plain HTML body also. In plain HTML in the HTML body, you have to enter the HTML code so that it automatically generates the HTML email to you. It will show some images. It will You can use the images from the static resources also. See, here is the your password is this and your username is this. This is a static test which I have given, but you can even configure this automatically from the system. You can even display with the not with the match fields, because acc.name is this dynamic value which is in your trigger. I can even display that value here. Okay, and I will show how to do that here in the code. What happened here, I want to zoom this a little bit. Okay, do you see my screen properly now? Now what happened here, this is emailing class, this is a subject, this is the two emails which I am passing. Here it's a list of email alerts. If there's only one email address, I can simply put this and I can leave this off. I will show you I showed you the multiple emails. Two, this is all the two address list string. So the list can be initiated in this format also. This usually this is the array format, right? List can also be created like this. You can even create the list in this format also. I am commenting these lines. Okay. You can even create the list like this. List, sorry, list string emails. This is how you're gonna create a new other way of list. You already see this, right? You already created this stuff in the previous example what we did uh, in the previous class. This is how you're gonna create the list. Also, you can do the list items in the same format also, like this. The other way is the below format emails, the square brackets. This is a list of emails. Okay, that's the reason they have used strings like this, and I have you configure like this. Sorry, not like this. It's integer, and you can put any name like this. Emails. This is the two formats. You can even put strings also. This and this are same. Integer means this is a list of integers emails. Okay. And what I'm doing is I'm setting the subject called mail.set subject equal to your password is this test mail from Salesforce. Here's my simple subject which I've configured. I can even give the dynamic names like this. Put like account name acc dot name. Okay. I want to show you dynamically what's happening here. Plus um, is account ID plus acc dot id. Okay. And same way I can even create the dynamic values even inside this body also. Let's copy the string till from here to here and add this at the after bottom. Okay. What will happen? Click on save, and now to, and again click on edit and click on save. Now you see one more email to my email address. Go to this, have one more email. What is this? Can you tell me what is this? Here it's a simple subject. Till here is the simple subject. And what is this? This is the account ID. Sorry, account name. ACC dot name is this. This is how you're going to create the dynamic text from your triggers, Apex classes, dynamic emails. Okay. And even this is the account ID. So can I open this directly? Account ID. This is the 18-digit account ID. I can come here. I can go to any Salesforce record. I can copy this here. Okay. What happens now? I will open a Ramya's record directly. See, that's the account ID which I got to my email address. Okay. This is the account name. This is the ID. And see, even in my subject also, even in my body also, have copied the even this thing also, right? This is I'm generating dynamically. Let's see if I modify the same thing for Saif, you will get the Saif details there. Same way, the bank people, the any insurance people will do this transaction in the same way. They are not going to send you emails one by one. They throw lakhs of emails at once. They, with a simple less than single second effort. Even the emailing thing, the people are not doing. The email server will do. Your Salesforce system will do. Okay. Um. Okay, guys. I think let's close the class for today. Means we're done like most of the good examples today. And all this code is already uploaded in charter. You can use this code. You can ask me questions if you have some problems. You can do the examples before I started helping you on the explaining you the things. This is really simple. So if you know where to use this code, where to apply this requirement, you can easily understand, you can easily learn very fastly. Okay. And we have bulkifying triggers. The earlier trigger which I wrote on account is a simple trigger which will work on single record. What if I'm updating lakhs of records? Means it will insert lakh of times. Means our limits will be exceeded only exceeded immediately after 10 record inserts. That is a very bad practice. We have to use the bulkifying things. This is the best practice Apex code for modifying a number of records. Okay, here if you see, they won't modify one by one record. They will modify records at once. The DML operations, what they are doing, they will do operation on 100 records at once, 1000 records at once. Means it will count under only one DML operation. It won't count under 100 DML operations. Got it? Okay. That's called the bulkification of triggers. And let's okay, let's close the class for today. If you have any questions, just talk to me now for 5 more minutes and we'll just wrap up the class. uh, I will Ramya, I will respond to your email. If you send me immediately, I can look onto your resume and I will validate it technically and I will update you. Okay. Same way, if
Sure,
some
sure,
people
I'll
are
send it.
creating your own resumes, just message me your resumes. Or if you want some help on resume creation, just I will send some emails, resumes to you. You can look into that also. Okay. Thanks, guys. Closing the class for today.